Hello, good morning everyone. We are here at Tesla to try the new Model 3 Highland 2024 Long Range. We did a video on the rear wheel drive, so now we're doing it on the long range. I believe the long range just came in, so we're gonna test out how it feels. Gonna walk you guys through everything with regards to like how the car looks, everything like that. And I do want to compare the acceleration and range for the Model 3 Long Range compared to the Model 3 Highland rear wheel drive. So let's do it. Hope you guys have a good video and enjoy the Jello fam. All right guys, so here's the Model 3 Long Range. This is the new Model 3 Highland 2024. Very excited. As you can see, it's that new gray color, new aero wheels, and then as you can look in the back, it says dual motor. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna check into Tesla and then we're gonna test drive this car. I'm very excited to try it out. Cool thing is they have 3 Model 3s over here in that new stealth gray color. Really like it. Very excited to try the dual motor version of this.
The S is like haptic feedback. This one's actual click button, so you could like click it.
Oh wow.
See that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to feel it? Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's an actual button.
So it's an actual button. So it's pretty responsive too. You got perforated seats, just like the S.
Okay.
You've got heating and cooling. Back is perforated, but only does heating.
Oh, and the heating in the back. Okay, yeah. Cool.
And then you got fabric in the front here, on the dash, on the door, the side right here. It's Alcantara for long range.
It's Alcantara.
Fabric is going to be on their standard version.
Okay, so just fabric on the standard version.
For a standard.
Got
long
it.
range will be Alcantara. Yep.
Okay.
This one, when you hold the brake, that's drive, reverse, and park. Alternatively, you got park, reverse, neutral, and drive up there.
Oh no way! So you can shift the car through up here. You're right, huh? That's cool.
Yeah.
It's
So
like the S was down here. I remember.
Yeah, so alternative ways. Only thing that's going to be missing from this car, in comparison to the S, is the air suspension.
Oh, the air suspension. Yeah.
The extra screen display here. So that's and the extra range.
Extra range.
But
okay.
Considering the cost difference, I mean,
probably worth it.
You retain like a lot of like the S qualities.
Yeah.
At a lower price point.
At a lower price point.
Yeah,
okay.
So when you drive the car, the thing that you're gonna notice is how comfortable it rides, and the noise level. It's like really quiet.
Wow. So is everything double pane too with the glass, or just the? Okay. Wow. Okay.
So,
Cool.
So yeah, you're free to drive.
All right. Thank you, my friend. I'll
Yeah,
just drive it around and then I'll come back.
Cool.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, guys, we are in the Tesla Model 3 Long Range 2024 Highland. Very excited to drive it. So, fun fact about the car, they're telling me that the sound system, the audio system is much better than the rear wheel drive one, similar to the previous Model 3s, but apparently it's really good now. And they've updated it a lot for the Model 3 Highland, so let's see how it sounds. I won't play too much music because there is a copyright, so keep that in mind. But had a lot of fun things to do with the car, so let's take this car for a drive. All right, guys, so I just connected my Spotify account, so we're gonna see how good it actually sounds. Apparently this new stereo or new speaker system is the best, so I'm just gonna play a quick little tidbit because we don't get copyrighted, but let's see what it's like. Let's say some SZA. So far so good, pretty good. I like it. Yep, way better, crazy. So stereo system, super updated. You can hear everything all throughout the car. Similar to the 3 before, it got even better. So if you guys are getting the new Model 3 dual motor, it has the updated stereo. I don't think it's on the rear wheel drive, but stereo system sounds amazing. All right, so first things first, we're going to take the car on a drive, take it on the freeway, show you guys what it's like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flick up. This, similar to the Model S, puts the car in drive. As you can see, when you flick up, it brings out this animation. Press the basically the ignition pedal to drive. So I'll press that will drive, and fascinating now that Tesla has this kind of UI where you can see the cars around you. This is supposed to be similar, like kind of like an eagle eye look that most cars have, but Tesla utilizes their cameras to show all the cars around you, which is interesting. And basically, if you can look here, there is a wall behind me, so it is red. I think that's kind of interesting about the UI, that it shows that it's red. So let's start driving. All right, put my foot here on the ignition. The car goes forward. Car is at 90%, 89%. It's around 295 miles. I believe the EPA estimated range is around 340. So let's go. So far, car is extremely smooth and quiet. I honestly think it is a lot better than the Model S so far. Very, very, very smooth. I've had the Model 3 Performance. That was my first ever like kind of refresh Tesla, and now I'm in the Model 3 Highland, which I am so far so good, impressed. Haptic feedback too with the signaling when you press that button over there, similar to the S. It's not a touchscreen, but if you press it, it allows you to signal the car, and you'll be able to turn left, and it pulls up the side cameras here. So now we're turning left. Oh, someone's crossing. And now we're going. All right. So far so good. Rather smooth on the dual motor. Similar to the previous Model 3s, it has like a normal suspension, not an air suspension. But I always recommend, whenever you buy a Model 3 and you want a smooth drive, go for the dual motor with the aero wheels. It is a lot smoother, it accelerates a lot faster, and you have a lot more range. The only thing about this car is that it does not have a air suspension, but honestly, air suspension may be kind of overrated, because I didn't really feel a difference with the air suspension compared to normal suspension. Yes, it adapts wherever you drive, but it feels the same. Smoothest ride I ever had was the Model X Long Range. So we're just going to head out now. Gates are open, and let's start driving. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a left over here. As I make a left, I'm going to turn into the freeway. So turning into the freeway, we're gonna test the acceleration right now, kind of on the side streets. So kind of 0 right now. I'm at 17 miles per hour. Push the limit. Wow, it's super fast. So you can really feel the bump on the new Model 3 acceleration. It feels really nice. I pushed that up and it felt great, so cool. I'm actually gonna adjust the steering wheel because it feels kind of low. So pedals and steering. And there's, oops. Go here, similar to the previous 3s. Just adjust it up. You flick this up and the steering wheel goes up, and proceed. Cool. All right. So we're gonna signal again to the right. As we signal, wait for these guys to go. And I'm going to bring the car on the freeway. All right, so we're about to go on the freeway. Let's see how it drives. So overall, I'm going through a lot of bumps, and it's pretty smooth, very, very smooth. Feels similar to the rear-wheel drive where the suspension was rather smooth. And I'm going to the on-ramp now. As I'm going to the on-ramp, I'm going to accelerate, kind of slow down a bit, and I'm going to accelerate from, let's say, 40 to hopefully around 60 or 80. So here it is. Yeah, you definitely feel the acceleration. Still quick. I hear some wind noise though, but that is normal. Overall, the ride right now, very smooth. Going over the bumps. And I'm going to drive it about, say, let's do 2.5 miles, just to see what it's like driving the car. Pressing this over here to signal left. I feel it over here. Feels good. Signaling left. Getting onto the on-ramp. So far, so good. Signal left again, getting to the on-ramp again. Drive is pretty smooth. Same kind of bumps I usually feel in the road. It especially feels good though. This is actually the first time driving a Model 3 on the freeway. Our previous videos, we were just doing the standard range or the rear-wheel drive. And that was on the, basically on the side streets. So, feels good, feels good. I'm enjoying the ride right now. We're driving this without autopilot. It's just normal driving. And overall, cabin noise is super quiet, which is nice. And the acceleration is a lot faster than rear wheel drive. I'm enjoying the car. Seats feel really good right now. I could definitely see myself going on a long road trip with this. Much more comfortable than the previous seats on the previous Model 3 long range performance. Those seats kind of felt like marshmallows, so sometimes your back would kind of hurt, especially for long drives. Now they are a little bit more sturdy, which I enjoy. So we're going here to Claremont Mesa Boulevard. We're about to exit. That's around 2 miles of drive. Overall, enjoying the drive so far with regards to how it feels. Haptic feedback on this makes it a lot easier compared to the Model S, where it was just a touch, and sometimes the touch you just like kind of graze over it, and then like the car would signal for you. But this, it's nice, it's an actual button. I'm enjoying it a lot more. So we're about to exit right now onto the exit over here. Drove about 2 miles. So far, so good. Really enjoyed the drive on the normal driving. I'm going to drive it again now with either autopilot or full self-driving, but suspension has been very smooth and I've enjoyed it so far. So let's exit here on Claremont Mesa, and then we're going to pull over, and then I just want to show you the updates to the car, any kind of new look to it, so we can go over the interior, exterior of the car, so that way you guys get an understanding of the updates and differences. We did this similar video when we were in the basically the Model 3 rear-wheel drive, but now we're show you with the Model 3 long range, because there is an updated stereo and speaker system. The interior of the car is similar to rear-wheel drive, but I think the biggest change will be the increased range, the updated stereo and speaker system, as well as the suspension. That's like the biggest updates to the car. So right now, I'm just gonna do a U-turn. This is gonna be fun because I want to show you guys the U-turn and what the kind of U-turn radius is like for the car. We haven't done that yet. So as you can see here, I'm at a stop sign, and then we are going to make a full U-turn. Let's see how good the radius is on the U-turn. Will we end up in the lane on the far side or on the closer side after making this U-turn? So going right here, as you can see, that car just made a U-turn. Let's make our U-turn. Let's see the turning radius for this car. All right, doing a full turn. Full turn, full turn, full turn. So we end up in the second lane. Pretty solid U-turn radius. Actually, a lot better than Model S. Model S, your U-turn radius is pretty bad. You like go on the far lane, and people will be like, "What the heck are you doing? Get out of there!" So cool. Really enjoy this. So right now we are going to just basically pull over to the side now, and then we're gonna walk you around the car. Hopefully show you some updates to the car itself, and we're gonna kind of go over the interior and exterior updates to the Model 3 long range, aka the Model 3 2024 Highland model for the Tesla. So let's go pull over somewhere quiet. So far here I'm on the kind of like the normal roads right now, right? And the parking structure feels rather smooth. I'm enjoying it. No crazy bumps or anything, but overall car is pretty great. You can really tell the difference with the suspension. So if you guys are curious, you will feel a big difference between the new Model 3 suspension and the older Model 3 suspension from both the refresh and the first Model 3 that ever came out. So look, as I kind of got closer to the edge, it tells me to stop, and it has a visualization of the actual parking lot, which is really cool. And here's the new color that everyone's been so excited about. So let's dive into the interior of the car. All right, so interior updates to the car. Of course, you have the new steering wheel. No more stocks here, right? All basically touch feedback from the steering wheel itself. Your horn, unlike the Model S, where you had like a horn right here for the older versions, the horn is here. So that's the sound of the horn. It's a cute sound, and you just press them in over here. Also, buttons. Let's go over buttons. Signal left, signal right, and it's all touch now. This here is your headlights. So I press this here, headlights go on, as you can see on the wall. It looks like it's a scroll button here. Not too sure what this does, but you press this one, it plays the radio. Button over here brings up the the cameras within the car. This here, this is like to speak to your version of the car, so kind of like a Siri for Tesla, but press that. This button over here, windshield wipers, this button here, and then your microphone option to talk to the car. Cool. All right, so those are the buttons for the new Tesla steering wheel. Also updates to this is that you have a vegan leather steering wheel, very smooth, and then this kind of like update in the structure of the steering wheel over here. Cool. That is the steering wheel updates. Let's go into the interior of the car. Like we mentioned before, Long Range has an Alcantara feel compared to just the normal leather feel to the rear wheel drive. So that's the Alcantara feel. You have the updated dash over here, as well as the big update on the car itself is the new lights for the car. So basically you can have turn on the accent lights and the car will change color. So as you can see here, I just pull up the accent menu, press that, car turns green, as you can see around the car, and then press that, turns blue, red, orange. You can play with the wheel, so I'm gonna play with the wheel right now. As you can see, it just changes colors based on what wheel selection I'm doing. So right now I'm gonna pick green, turns to green. Pick yellow, turns to yellow. Pick blue, turns to blue. I believe it's like a pinkish color, pink, and then red. Pretty cool as you just move around the accent wheel itself. That's one of my favorite features of the car, that new accent wheel. And then with regards to the center console, we also have an update. It has this new feeling and structure. I don't know really what it's called, but it's kind of magnetic now, where you press that, it opens, boom, and then it's similar to like the Model S now, where you have this kind of new center console. Pretty cool. Feels a lot smoother. Same size too for this, actually, so it is the same size. Here you have the wireless charging, same thing for the Model 3 and the Model Y, that hasn't been changed. And then as we open this, it looks like we have a USB-C charger over here in the back, just one, which is solid. I think we used to have two back in the day on the older 3s. And then you have an updates to the seats now. The seats are heated or cooling, so you can either have the seats heated or you can have them cooled, which is really nice. However, the back is just limited to heated seats, so that's really cool. With regards to the glass, same glass everywhere, same size, hasn't really changed. The seats do look different, which is cool, and that is an update to the car itself. The buttons here, there's an update here too. Not so much with the windows. The windows are the same, but you do have a button here now to open the car and close the car. So it is a button now, similar to the previous Model 3s, where it is a button, but the button has an updated look, which is really nice. That is the update there. These are the same as well. Looks like it hasn't changed with regards to the visors over here with the glass. Another fun fact, so you can actually shift your car into drive or park here. So park, reverse, neutral, drive. This is up here now. That wasn't in previous Model 3s. In the S's, it used to be down here, but for the new Model 3, you have it up here. Really cool. So that's the updates with the interior of the main cabin of the car. Let's go show you guys the frunk and the trunk. All right, here's the Model 3 long range trunk. As you can see, as you open it, it's a lot quieter. No more loud noise. Here's the back as well. It looks like it comes with some mats, only in the long range, and then you have the back plates. Here are the side cabins, same size, a little different depth here though, for sure. And then the trunk is the Model 3 size trunk, kind of small, but gets the job done. Same thing too, button is the same, press that. And then I just want to hear you guys hear the sound. A lot quieter. Cool. Same thing too with the 3. You can put the seats down. As you put the seats down, you still have that same room for the 3, where you're given like a solid amount of room, not as much as the Y, but you can put the seats down. I've seen people put like a bed in there when they get the Model 3. They want to go camping, they do Tesla camping. Put the seats down. Slimmer here too. Open this. You put the seats down here, so you guys get like kind of a understanding of how big the trunk is. Pretty solid size. I think if you're like around 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", you could definitely fit here. Not too sure if you're around 6 feet, if you could like put a bed and sleep here. You might have to move the chairs all the way up. But that is essentially the trunk size for the Model 3. So apparently you can fit a surfboard in there, which is kind of crazy. And then fun fact, if you do have kids, it looks like you have some buttons here for your what's it called, when you want to put your car seat. Another big update to the car is the back kind of infotainment system. Similar to the S, you have an infotainment system where you can control the air conditioning, you can control the YouTube, Netflix, games. So if you have kids or passengers in the back, they can play with this infotainment system, which is really cool. Also controls the volume. You can clean it, you can add Bluetooth devices. So when you're in the back, you have an actual device to play with the car, and you won't be basically hearing all the volume from back here. It's kind of small, but I guess it's more so for kids. And then you have USB-C chargers here, so if your kids have iPads or your friends have phones they want to charge, just plug it in right there. All right, I want to go into the frunk size now. So here is the Tesla frunk. It looks like it's the same. It hasn't changed for any of the Model 3s. So similar trunk size or frunk size. You have basically a whole bunch of space here. Put your food here, whatever it may be. If it like food smells bad, or like you just want to keep something in here, this frunk is pretty good for that. You have a tow hitch here. This is where you change your windshield wiper fluids. And so far it's the same actually, which is cool. They used to have a button here actually, if you ever got stuck in the frunk, where you can press it. But it looks like they removed that button. And as you can see, it's 2024 Model 3. So here, we're gonna close the frunk. It's a lot easier to close now, that's for darn sure. Previous renditions of the Model 3, it was very hard to close the trunk, or the frunk. Now it's super easy to close. I wanna show you guys now the exterior of the car, just to show you how aggressive it looks now compared to the previous Model 3s. Okay. So here is the Model 3 new look. As you can see, the biggest updates here are the new aero wheels, all black, look extremely aggressive, really nice. Same thing here too, all black aero wheels, extremely aggressive. Enjoy the look. As you can see, I think we're on hardware 4 or hardware, I don't know what it is, but the most updated hardware for the full self-driving, because you can tell we have a red, like that red light over here, so that's the updated hardware for it. So your full self-driving should be a lot better. Another update too is you have the new backlights, dual motor badge, same thing. But the big thing too is the Tesla. Tesla's now spelled out. There's no longer a T. And then we'll go into the front. The biggest update on the front is the new aggressive headlights. Headlights are similar to the Model S. You look like an S. This front lip is more aggressive as well, and you do not have the fog lights. The new headlights have integrated fog lights inside them. I think it's a lot cooler. I actually like it. T is the same for the Tesla. A lot of people were updating their Tesla, like their front lip to look like this. Now it is more of an aggressive look, which I do enjoy. And this is that new stealth gray color. I think it looks a lot darker, more sleeker than the previous stealth gray color. So overall, I'm enjoying it. Let's take a look around the car again on the charging port. So you guys can see the charging port. Charging port, same thing, press this, open it up. It is a lot smoother when it opens, but the look has not changed at all for the charging port. And that is the exterior of the new Model 3 2024 Highland. I jumped back into the car and I want to show you guys the screen. So the screen is relatively the same. Whenever you get a new Tesla, that screen will update itself just because new UI, you push updates to it. So it's all going to be the same. But essentially, we have controls. Controls are similar. You can update your profile here, fold your mirrors, child lock, window lock, turn on your windshield wipers here. Mirrors, you can adjust the mirrors, turn that off. Steering, same thing, adjust the steering wheel up and down. And then for Sentry mode, you can turn on Sentry mode, as well as this will turn on the recording for your dash cam. This button here is to adjust the screen brightness. Pedals and steering, you have acceleration, chill, or standard, similar to the previous Model 3s. Steering mode, I always like going comfort. This is just how comfortable or how smooth the wheel will be when you're driving. Auto shift, park out of beta. This is pretty clutch because this is similar to the Model S where you press yes and the car will know whether to shift you forward or backwards. So you turn that on. When you turn that on, you press the brake and then the car will know whether or not to go forward or backwards. So I press the brake now and then the car knows that I will want to go backwards. But you gotta put your seatbelt on first in order to do this feature. So you press that and the car will automatically go in reverse. See? Pretty cool. So that's just a new feature that was on the S that's now on the 3. Charging, same thing, charging. You can update your charging, whether or not you want to go full to 100, 80%. Autopilot, I'm going to turn on Autopilot now, Autosteer beta, so I guys show you guys what it's like to drive on Autosteer beta on the new Model 3, just to see how it feels. Your keys, these are all your keys, your child lock, you can window lock it, as well as you have notifications your car is left on. And then if you want to pay extra to have it open your garage, you can connect your MyLink garage. Lights, similar, headlights, auto turn signals, high beam, and then accent lights if you want to play with the accent lights. And you have dome lights and footwell lights. Footwell lights are just basically the lights on your feet. Display, similar, change your appearance to light. You can dark, or you can do auto. I usually like doing dark, just because it's easier on the eyes. And then you can adjust the temperature, touchscreen language, text size, energy display. I always do percentage because I like an iPhone, but if you want to do percentage of distance, you change that. And then you have your tire pressure. Trips, you can now plan your trips, which is pretty cool. It just shows you how far you've gone, distance travel, total energy. Navigation, it shows your HOV lanes, whether or not your trip planner or online routes. Safeties, you can turn on your Sentry mode. You can even have a live camera on your apps if you want to see the live camera. Your dash cam, blind spot warnings, and your pin to glove box. And automatically call 911 if the airbags do deploy, which is cool. Service shows your service, your PSI, any kind of service you're doing to the car, camera calibration. This is for your service. And then software, as you can see, at 876 miles, so it's been driven a lot already for this car. And then it has autopilot and premium connectivity, and everything there. So that is the update to the car. Just know that this screen usually will update whenever you basically get an update from Tesla, and then the big update to the actual screen itself is this UI interface here where you forward, back, all that stuff with the car. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put in park. It's on that Autosteer beta, so we're gonna test drive the Autosteer beta, aka Autopilot. I'm gonna press this. This will automatically know when I press on the brake that we're gonna go reverse because the car knows there's a wall here. So I'm gonna reverse the car, get on the freeway, and test out Autopilot. Reversing. So far, so good. Camera's really clear, really enjoying it, and the UI on the left side helps a lot. And let's jump on the freeway and show you guys Autopilot. All right, guys, so I'm gonna accelerate over the bumps. As you can see, there's a ton of bumps here. It's doing a great job. It's doing a great job. It's a very bumpy road, but I can tell the suspension's extremely updated, so I'm not like I'm not in pain from the acceleration from the bumps. We're gonna go signal right here, and we're going to the on-ramp. You can tell the acceleration, big difference between the long range and rear wheel drive. It's a lot better for the long range. So we're going on the ramp now. Very smooth. These roads here in Southern California are extremely bumpy, so it is a big difference. Okay. Signaling left now.
Now take the Interstate 805 North ramp on the left.
And then now we're gonna get on the freeway. One more signal to the left. Really enjoying this haptic feedback now. A lot better than the Model S long range. Okay. So what you're gonna do to basically turn on Autopilot is that you're just going to jump in your lane, and then to turn on Autopilot, similar to the S, you're just going to press this button here. That turns on Autopilot, so Autosteer beta, and as you can see, it drives pretty smoothly. It doesn't like that I'm recording though. That's the new update that indicates it. So far, so good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Performing as usual for the Autosteer beta. And flicking this is very smooth now. I really like the feeling. So enjoying Autosteer beta right now. Very smooth drive. You can definitely just sit down here and just drive from like Northern California, Southern California, or wherever you are in the country or in the world, and it's a pretty relaxed drive. That's probably the biggest reason I bought a Tesla, was because Autosteer beta, because of Autopilot. I drive a ton, and it's been such a game changer. You no longer have driver fatigue. This is probably the best feature. Honestly, you don't even really need self-driving because it's so good at what it does. So impressed, very impressed so far. Autosteer beta is great. Adjusting the speed with this two kind of like knobs, it feels really smooth. So y'all definitely will enjoy it. All right, cool guys. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the Autopilot. Gets the job done, similar to all other previous Teslas, and suspension is very smooth on the Model 3 long range. Yeah. Always recommend though, if you want a smooth drive, go for the long range, or even if you go for the rear wheel drive, make sure you get the aero wheels, you get more range. The tires are smaller, so you feel less like kind of close to the ground, and it's a much smoother ride, especially if you have family, if you have kids, and you're optimizing for that smooth drive. All right, overall thoughts on the new Model 3 Highland Long Range. 10 out of 10. Great starter car. If you are trying to get into an EV, truly recommend the Model 3 because of all the stuff you get with Autopilot. If you really want to get full self-driving, get full self-driving. Suspension is amazing on the car, so it's great for long road trips. 340 miles of range, which is more than enough, especially for road trips, going long distances, because you do want to take a break every now and then. Updated battery. Also, you get the new sound system. Car feels amazing. It's really easy to park compared to Model 3 or Model X or Model Y. You have a really small, nimble car, so it's a great car to start with. Similar to MKBHD said, it is a great starter EV. I recommend it. Only thing is, I wish it still had the EV rebate, but it doesn't have that anymore. So if you like long distances, you're going pretty far from work and back, dual motor long range is the way to go. If you're going to just kind of short distances to work, nothing really crazy too far, get the rear wheel drive. You don't need that much range. Overall, 10 out of 10, really recommend the car. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. We'll be posting more content for business, finance, Tesla, technology, AI, and channel's growing really fast. Love you guys, Jello family. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.